Fancy sweaters. You ready to make a Vietnamese dish? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey there, it's Amanda. I am in my kitchen in Brooklyn, and today we are going to be making a recipe from Andy Baraghani's The Cook You Want to Be. I DM'd him on Instagram and I was like, hey, what recipe in your book do you feel like is underappreciated? And one of them was, let's see if I can find a picture of it, big shells with spicy lamb, sausage, and pistachios, which I thought about making. But then the other one was Salt-and-Pepper Cod with turmeric noodles, which is based on a Vietnamese dish called Cha Ca La Vong. As he noted, the flavors that are key to this dish, which are fish, turmeric, and dill. One of the things I really like about Vietnamese cooking is that often recipes have different components, so you can kind of make a component, go do something else, come back, do another component. I'm gonna do this all at once today, but the first thing you do is make the sauce, which is nuoc mam, and it's chili, garlic, water, fish sauce, lime juice, and sugar. This is the chili. This is a big chili. You can use a bird's eye or a serrano. Bird's eye are usually smaller, thinly sliced. I have a lot of different kinds of mixing bowls, and they come in all these different sizes. And I have two of the same size. Wait, why do I have two? Oh, because I think I broke a set, and that was the only survivor. So here we go, we're gonna combine our chili with our other ingredients, which are coming up. Okay, crushed garlic, one crushed, wait, what? You need 3 cloves of garlic, and one is crushed, this one, and then 2 get thinly sliced. Or no, they don't. No, they don't get thinly sliced, they get grated. 1/4 cup of water. Cute, this little cutie. 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice. Okay, don't get all fussed about the totally precise measurements. You should make your nuoc mam to taste, because also everyone's fish sauce is gonna be slightly different. We're using red boat fish sauce. I don't know if you've ever used it. I like it. 2 tablespoons of that. 1 tablespoon of sugar. Now I like to stir that until the sugar is dissolved. Is that what Andy does? Let's see. Stir until the sugar is completely dissolved. The other thing he says, which I kind of messed up, is that the garlic is not meant to be eaten, of course, and I kind of overly crushed my garlic a little bit. So, you know, when I was first stirring, it was kind of scratchy sounding, and now you hear less of the scratchy and more smoothness. That's my very scientific way of knowing that the sugar has dissolved. The other way you can do is just go like this. Yeah, it looks dissolved. Ooh, yummy. Oh my goodness. The garlic is awesome. It is quite spicy. If you're not super into spice, don't add a whole chili. All right, so now we're creating a marinade or really a coating for the fish. And we're using cod, and we're gonna cut it into chunks in a second, but first I'm gonna put everything into the bowl, which involves a neutral oil. We're gonna be using grapeseed. Do you have the oil measure? Is that this? Oh, okay. This is fun. Things have been pre-measured for me. It's extremely exciting. So this is 3 tablespoons of the neutral oil. And then we're gonna take ginger. Here's ginger that has been peeled. If you don't know how to peel ginger, don't use your peeler, use a spoon. Like this, basically. It's real easy. And now we're gonna grate it, which is gonna get not only kind of pulverize it, but it will also work out all the nice tasty juices. This is highly impractical. I have a wood-handled one, but I love it because I think it's really pretty. I have extra ginger, which means that I can make ginger tea. We are going to add 2 teaspoons of pepper. And so what I wanted to show you, I know you've probably seen me use this before, it's called the OR2 pepper grinder. It has this little base, and so you can actually use it as a spice grinder for any spice. You can have multiples of these, and then you just screw them on. It's also much easier to fill than most pepper mills. Grinds pepper really efficiently and quickly. It's cool, right? Oh, grated garlic. Now we're gonna grate some garlic. That's fun. Oh, you know what's also good is that this is gonna clean the ginger out of my grater. Let's clean up my situation here. Here we go, okay. Here's the cod. You wanna cut it into chunks like this big, 2 inches. Don't get worked up if your pieces aren't perfectly even. You're gonna have some that are thin because on the edges of the fillet, and then some that are thick. It's all gonna work out in the end. This way. and then that way. And then we're gonna mix it all up and in with our, seasonings. And we're gonna add some salt. This looks real good. This looks delish and smells amazing. Now, if you need to go do something like make a phone call, just stick it in the fridge and then come back and make the next component. That is the beauty of this recipe. Now it is time to cook the noodles, and we're just gonna drop them into water. Put those in there. Andy had a little tip, which I have not used before, which is, well, first I'm just gonna use tongs to give them a little stir. He recommends going in and snipping them. So what I did was I just kind of cut each bird's nest in half, and I think makes them a little bit easier to eat. I like that tip. They take about 4 or 5 minutes, so you want them just tender, and then we're gonna drain them and lay them out on a plate. So let me just see, I want to see if he has you rinse it. Hold on one second, I think you do. No, you don't. So then we have our noodles. So I'm gonna set them on the back of the stove so they stay a little warm. We are on to component number 3, which is the cooking of the fish. And I am adding a tablespoon-ish to my nonstick pan. And this is the Our Place no-co pan, which we started selling recently. So I'm gonna heat that, and then we're gonna cook the fish. Here we go, it's ready. So these are all gonna cook at different amounts of time because they're different sizes, and that's totally fine. Okay, I'm gonna do it in 2 batches. You don't wanna crowd your pan. I might have to turn on my fan, is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. I think it's the ginger and the garlic are clinging, and the pepper are clinging onto the fish and then creating a nice brown crust on it. I would actually do larger chunks of fish because it's a very flaky fish and it's going to pull apart anyhow, and it'll make it easier to flip them. We're going to call that one done. Look at that. How nice is that? Stickiness of the garlic, I think, is like the first batch of fish had some issues, so we're gonna start again. I'm gonna try cooking on a lower heat with a little bit more oil because I think that the garlic got too browned, and that and the ginger just created this kind of like sticky glue that was getting charred in the pan, and I don't want that to happen because I don't want it to taste bitter. I want it to taste fragrant. So this has been heating over low. I'm gonna change it to like medium. This is a pretty strong stove, so it doesn't take much to get something sizzling. Let's see here. All right, we're gonna call that low and slow here. I like this batch better, it's calmer. I was getting a little anxious with the last one. Yeah, meeting angst to the kitchen, you gotta, let's see. Yeah, let me put on my Andy hat for a second. Andy's gonna like that batch better because it's darker. But I felt like the fish kept flaking apart, but maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't really matter what it looks like because ultimately it's all going to get kind of layered onto the noodles. I'm sorry, Andy, I just, it's me, not you. This is Andy's version. Let's look at what it would really be nice to have it look like. His it's like golden and it's solid. Andy, wow, I really bow to you. Seriously. It's gonna be totally delicious once it's on top of the noodles. See here, you can just use your spatula to conceal it. We are gonna move on. This pot, which we used for cooking the noodles, we're gonna put back on the heat. And we are going to add 3 tablespoons of butter. I just realized that I pronounced butter like, I just call it butter, but butter is very Martha Stewart.
Yeah, it is actually.
Isn't it? Yeah. So we're gonna add the turmeric, and he says, once it begins to sizzle, which I think it's gonna be, yeah, it's sizzling. That's nice. We're gonna take the noodles. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. Can you see that? Oh no!
What happened?
I forgot to finish the herbs in the pan. When I was cooking the fish, towards the end of cooking, I was supposed to add the scallions and the dill and let them kind of melt in the pan a little bit. There's, you know, a little bit of oil left in the pan, and you just want them to wilt a bit. These are just gonna cook down for about 30 seconds. It looks great, right? Okay, so we're gonna take that. We're gonna spread that around. My fish, my dill, and I've got my sauce, which I'm gonna spoon over. It's gonna be delicious. Serve it with some lime, of course. Eat a fistful of herbs between each bite. So I've got some cilantro, I've got mint, and I've got dill. Oh my God. Yum. This is awesome. I cannot wait to make this again already. This definitely, I feel like this title speaks to me. The cook I want to be. Cook you want to be. This is definitely, Andy, I would like to be the kind of cook you are. Thanks so much for writing this book. It's awesome. I will see the rest of you in a couple weeks. Bye.